Good, beautiful morning, everyone. It is another glorious day. Today is Sunday, and the modus operandi for the day is to get this baby anchored down because if a tornado or a big wind comes along and knocks this thing off the blocks, that would be very bad for my investment. So, we've got our Ryobi post hole digger. I just picked that up. This thing is really sharp. Say what you will about Ryobi, but their battery tools never cease to impress. This has a high, a low, and a reverse. The reverse just came in handy because I snagged a root at the bottom of that hole. And instead of having to get on it and give it the old heave-ho like I would with the gas one over there, I took the auger off the gas one because I needed the extension and I didn't want to dig an 8-inch hole. 6 is sufficient. It snagged a root. I just hit reverse instead of having to pick up on it and hurt my back. We've got one hole dug. We're going to put another one over there and then 2 more on the opposite side. Then we're going to run our anchors in, fill them up with Quickcrete, and let them set. Then after that is done, we will come back and drill a hole in the timber and use some 5/16 cable to anchor the trailer down. Let's get going. We are here in the shop because I need a tool to attach on to the back of this mobile home anchor. I've decided to make one out of a couple pieces of angle iron. This essentially is what we're making. Going to be cutting off 1/4 of an inch. We are making a rectangular driver. Going to put a plate of steel on this side, and we're going to box it in, and then I'm going to weld this to the top of it, and then that will allow me to drive this down into the dirt with the post hole digger. This old union here will work. We will slide that over the end, drill a hole in it, and then we will be able to use our post hole digger to drive these anchors into the ground. I know, people that are welders are gonna see that and cringe. The fan over there blew my argon away, so shut it off, and not the prettiest weld, but they will hold. All right, we got the second hole dug. Let's put this anchor in. Here we go. Now we will fill this hole with concrete, and that will go nowhere, comrade. Okay. Ow. Okay, now we change our auger out for our anchor drive, and then we put this anchor in. We just dig it out a little bit so we get the maximum amount of concrete in there. Now we're ready to put in our anchor. There we go. I can live with that. One more to put in down there. Just gotta go until it starts to grab. We've got a lot of rock to chew through. And there we go, last one is in. I'm gonna dig that out a little bit by hand so we get as much concrete in there as possible. Got a trusty coffee mug. And we just fill the hole with it. Essentially what I'm doing is filling the hole halfway with concrete, then I am filling it up with water, and then putting the rest of the concrete in last. This way I ensure that it gets mixed and I'm not trying to saturate an entire 1.5 feet of concrete. Can you see the bubbles? That means it is soaking into the concrete and it is working. We've got the attachment part sticking out of the concrete. It looks like it is under the concrete, but that is still just water that hasn't settled or evaporated away. So now the next thing to do is to drill holes and start in with the cable. My nephew Jack is putting the cable up and over every runner so that we can then put it into this anchor here and then send it back that way and attach onto it with the turnbuckle. Do you like working under there, Jack?
Sure.
Okay, and here we go. We got the anchor installed with the turnbuckles. I think it came out pretty well. They're nice and tight. Not going anywhere, comrade. And because these are turnbuckles, I can come in there and tighten them at any time if they loosen up. So, I like it. We're going to put the skirting back on.